Let's talk about criticism. It's a topic that touches everyone, regardless of their field, experience, or personality. It's something we all face and often dread. The mere thought of it can trigger feelings of anxiety and defensiveness. At its core, criticism is just information. Stripped of its emotional baggage, it's simply data, an evaluation of your work, actions, or ideas. It's an assessment, a judgment, a perspective offered by someone else. It ranges from a friend's gentle suggestion, a casual nudge in a different direction, to a boss's formal review, a structured assessment with clear expectations and consequences. Not all criticism is the same. It comes in many forms, delivered with varying intentions and impacts. There's constructive criticism meant to help you improve, to guide you towards better outcomes, and destructive criticism, which is vague or hurtful, designed to tear down rather than build up. Sometimes feedback is neutral, just an observation, a simple statement of fact without judgment. Understanding these types is the first step to not fearing feedback, to disarming its power over you. Our strong reactions to criticism are rooted in our biology. For millennia, social acceptance meant survival. Being ostracized from the group was a death sentence. When criticized, our brains trigger a fight-or-flight response, a primal defense mechanism kicking into gear. Even if it's just an email from your manager, the perceived threat can feel very real even in a modern context. That sting isn't weakness, it's ancient wiring. It's a testament to our deeply ingrained social nature. The trick isn't to ignore the pain, to pretend it doesn't exist, but to recognize it and choose a better response, a more measured and thoughtful reaction. Instead of letting your lizard brain take over, engage your rational mind. Bring logic and reason to the forefront. See criticism as information, not a threat, a valuable data point to consider, not a personal attack. By understanding our reaction, we take away criticism's power to control us. We regain agency over our emotions and responses. Criticism, when seen clearly, becomes a tool for growth, a catalyst for improvement and self-discovery. The journey starts with redefining what criticism really is. It's about shifting your perspective and embracing a new understanding. How you handle criticism shapes your reputation and relationships. At work, your response is a billboard for your professionalism and emotional intelligence. Imagine Susan, a project manager, gets feedback that her presentation was confusing. If she's defensive, she seems closed off. If she listens and asks for specifics, she's seen as a problem solver. This builds trust and positions her as a leader. The same applies at home. If your partner says you're not listening, a defensive reply shuts down connection. But if you acknowledge their feelings and commit to change, you strengthen your bond. Handling criticism gracefully is a superpower. It shows you value growth over ego. It's about choosing connection over conflict. Every response sends ripples through your work and personal life. The choice is yours. Build walls or build bridges. Graceful reactions pay off in trust, respect, and stronger relationships. Criticism, handled well, can bring you closer to others. When criticism lands, especially when it feels unfair or unexpected, your emotions can flare up fast. It's a natural human response to feel defensive or upset when our work or character is questioned. The first step isn't to fight back, to immediately defend yourself or counterattack, but to pause. Just a moment, a brief interlude before reacting. Take a slow, deep breath. Inhale, filling your lungs completely. Hold. Exhale. Release the tension with your breath. This calms your body, lowering your heart rate and blood pressure, and gives your rational mind a chance to catch up. It allows you to think clearly, rather than react impulsively. Mindfulness helps too. Notice your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Acknowledge them, but don't let them control you. See them as passing clouds, transient and temporary, not absolute truths. They are just thoughts and feelings, not necessarily reality. This distance lets you choose your response, giving you agency over your actions, not just to react. You're in control. Try cognitive reframing. Instead of, "This is an attack," a personal affront, think, "This is a learning opportunity, a chance to improve and grow." If your boss says your report was sloppy and you feel your work is being undermined, reframe it as, "They believe I can do better. They see potential in you." Changing your story, the narrative you tell yourself, changes your emotional response. It shifts your perspective from negative to positive. These tools, breathing, deep and calming, mindfulness, being present in the moment, reframing, help you respond thoughtfully. They empower you to choose your reaction. The goal isn't to suppress your feelings, to pretend you're not upset or hurt, but to manage them, to acknowledge them, and then choose how to proceed. With practice, you can turn the initial sting, the immediate negative reaction, into a moment of growth, a catalyst for self-improvement. Your first response sets the tone, the stage, for everything that follows. It dictates the direction of the conversation and the relationship. Pause, breathe, create space, and choose your next move wisely. Make it a conscious decision, not a knee-jerk reaction. That's how you tame your emotional dragon. That's how you master your emotions and turn criticism into an opportunity. After calming your emotions, it's time to really listen. Active listening means focusing fully on the person giving feedback, not planning your defense. Defensiveness is natural, but resist the urge to interrupt or justify. Let them finish speaking, even if you're eager to respond. Use non-verbal cues. Eye contact, nodding, leaning in. Your body language signals openness and respect. After they finish, paraphrase what you heard. So, you're saying the timeline was too tight. This ensures you understand and makes them feel heard. Paraphrasing also clarifies any misunderstandings. Listening deeply de-escalates tension and opens the door to collaboration. It's not about agreeing, but about understanding. When people feel heard, they're more likely to work with you, not against you. Active listening transforms criticism from confrontation to conversation. That's the foundation for productive feedback. Sometimes feedback is vague or emotional, hard to act on. Your job is to become a gentle detective. Ask open-ended what and how questions to get specifics. For example, can you give me an example of when I could have been more supportive? Or, what would a better report look like to you? Avoid accusatory why questions. They put people on the defensive. The goal is to turn fuzzy opinions into actionable data. Clarifying isn't weakness, it's professionalism. Clear questions lead to clear improvements. In the professional world, feedback is a constant stream. Some of it's helpful, some of it's not. Learning to discern the valuable insights from the noise is a crucial skill. Not all feedback is worth the same. To navigate this complex landscape, use the S.I.F.T method. Source, intent, fact, takeaway. First, consider the source. Is this person credible? Do they have the expertise to comment on your work? Do they understand your work and the context behind it? Next, intent. Are they genuinely trying to help you improve? Or are they just venting their own frustrations? Is their feedback motivated by a desire to see you succeed? Then, fact. Separate objective facts from subjective opinions or emotionally charged statements. Look for concrete examples and verifiable information. For example, your presentation was a disaster is pure emotion. It offers no specific guidance. It went 10 minutes over the allotted time is a fact. It's measurable and specific. Finally, takeaway. What's the actionable lesson you can learn from this feedback? What specific steps can you take to improve in the future? S.I.F.T helps you sort gold from noise, extracting the valuable nuggets of wisdom from the surrounding clutter. If the source is credible and their intent is positive and constructive, focus on the facts presented and extract a clear, actionable takeaway that you can implement immediately. However, if the intent behind the feedback is malicious or the facts are missing or distorted, give significantly less weight to the feedback, or even dismiss it entirely. This filter keeps you from overreacting emotionally to every comment, protecting your mental well-being. It turns potentially damaging criticism into a practical tool for growth and self-improvement. S.I.F.T is your personal quality control system for feedback, ensuring you only absorb what's truly beneficial. Use it consistently every time you receive criticism, making it a habitual part of your response. It helps you respond with clarity and reason, rather than being driven by immediate emotional reactions. Remember, not all feedback deserves your precious time and energy. Choose wisely where you focus your attention, sift through the feedback, then act decisively on what remains. After listening and sifting, it's time to respond. Use the Acknowledge, Thank, Plan framework. First, acknowledge what was said. I hear your concerns about my report. Next, thank them. I appreciate your feedback. Finally, state your plan. I'll review your suggestions and update the draft. If you disagree, say so respectfully. I see your point, and I'll consider how it fits with other requirements. This approach lowers defenses, builds trust, and shows you value growth over ego. A graceful response turns feedback into collaboration. That's how you close the feedback loop with professionalism. The most resilient people see criticism as fuel, not failure. They adopt a growth mindset, believing skills can be developed. Criticism becomes data for improvement, not a verdict on your worth. Use the S.I.F.T method to extract a clear takeaway. Turn that takeaway into a concrete goal. For example, if your emails are unclear, learn a new communication method and practice it. Track your progress in a journal or digital note. Log feedback, your action plan, and results. Over time, you'll see patterns and growth. Embracing criticism builds emotional resilience. Each time you handle feedback well, you get stronger. Eventually, you may even seek out criticism, knowing it unlocks your potential. Criticism, reframed, is your path to growth. The conversation isn't over when the feedback ends. Following up is key. Show you took the feedback seriously. A simple thank you note or update on your progress goes a long way. Demonstrate change through your actions, not just words. Consistency builds trust and respect. People believe what they see. Use feedback as a bridge, not a barrier. Every response is a chance to strengthen your connection. Open communication and follow-through make relationships resilient. Criticism, handled well, makes you and your relationship stronger. So, to recap, pause to control your emotions, listen to understand, sift the feedback for truth, and respond with grace. Handling criticism isn't about having thicker skin. It's about having smarter strategies. It's a skill, and like any skill, it gets easier with practice. If this video sparked something in you, don't let that fire go out. Hit the like button. It helps others find these empowering messages too. Share it with someone who could use a boost today. And if you're passionate about self-growth and building healthy relationships, subscribe for more inspiring content. Check out the video on screen now, or dive into the channel for more like this. Thanks so much for watching.